Hello everybody and welcome back to Latasha's Kitchen. And here we are today. We are going to cook what, Latasha? What are you going to make for me today?
I'm going to make a Thai beef massaman with sweet potato, and we're going to make it with our...
That's a lovely, nice, big sweet potato
Yes,
there.
I've peeled it. You don't have to. You can scrub it or, use it as whole. And that's the Thai massaman. We are going to be using the whole jar because we've got 1.5 kilos of diced gravy beef. I've just diced it up into chunks, and I've got about, 300 grams of sweet potato there. To the pot, we are going to add some sliced onions, one chili, couple of garlic cloves, and 2 lemongrass, peeled and just bashed a little bit, and some curry leaves in here. So I'm just going to put the whole thing. It's more for texture than flavor because the flavor is all in the jar. So put in some peanut oil or any oil that you like to use. Oh, my pot is preheated, so just bang everything in. Curry leaves and the lemongrass, the garlic. I've not even chopped it up. It's all just going to melt away. Cooking with colors is one of my real passions. I just love the idea of using textures, colors, in our cooking. So it's never boring. You see brightness, you see green, you see reds. It's just a beautiful start. So let that mix quite well together, and then I don't need any ginger in here because our paste has already got plenty of ginger. The garlic is just to make it even more potent. I'm going to add the whole jar. I'm going to add some water to get whatever is remaining. As I said, I don't waste. Every little bit of the paste comes in handy. And you just add it all in till it's nice and clean. There you go. Now you bring that all together and you let that sizzle away till the water evaporates and it becomes a soft, nice paste. And you're just really frying off the paste now. When that's done, we will add in the meat and we'll coat the meat in all that beautiful paste. And when the meat's coated, we will add some coconut milk and we will bring it to boil.
Okay.
And then we will be simmering it for about 40 minutes till the meat is nearly tender. And then we'll add the sweet potato. And then we'll continue cooking it and add some coconut cream and a little bit of palm sugar to round it off. Lime juice as well. So that's the plan.
So now we've got all the beef ready. They've got
Yes.
how's our sauce looking?
Nice and rich. And it's come together. The water's evaporated. So I'm going to put in all the chunky beef.
Without losing any beef?
That's right. Absolutely. I'm using my hands as well. They say a cook's hands are clean all the time because we are fastidious about keeping ourselves clean in our cooking. So you just put that in and just turn the heat high and coat the meat. Coating so that they're all turned nice and brown. And even if I was cooking 3 kilos, I'd do it all at the one time. I'm not going to be doing it in small amounts. Add some salt to this. So this process can take about a good 8 to 10 minutes to turn it into a lovely rich brown color, so that all sides of the meat is going to look like that, nice and brown. So we don't want any redness, any pinkness left in about 8 to 10 minutes. We want it all coated. So I encourage you to just stand by your pot and keep this process because it makes a huge difference to the final curry, because the meat, if it's browned properly at this stage, will hold and retain its shape and will be still juicy at the end of the cooking. If you don't do this well, then the juices will start to leach out of the meat and you end up with shriveled boiled meat. in your curry. So just keep turning it on high like this. It's a little bit of pain because after this you can literally forget about it for about 40 minutes. Once it's been all browned, you can forget about it for about 40 minutes, go and do something else, prepare another dish. But at the 40 minutes, we will be adding our sweet potatoes. You could add sweet potatoes and, nice blue potatoes or Dutch green potatoes. They all hold your shape. And you could add some carrots too. All of this will ensure that you have a nice sweet and spicy Thai Massaman. For those of you who want to do this process and you want to turn this into a slow cooking meal, you certainly can do that. You could wait for this process to be completed, add the coconut milk and turn it into the slow cooker base. Perhaps cook it on low for about 4 hours, and at the half-hour mark you might want to put in the sweet potato or the root vegetables. See how it's turning a beautiful, beautiful rich color. I'll be adding 400 mils of coconut. Now you could use all coconut milk or you could use 400 mils of coconut cream. What I prefer to do is half and half. So I'm going to start it off by adding 200 mils of coconut milk in a small tin, and I'm going to add a little bit of water as well. When it's time for the when it's time for the sweet potato to go in, I'm going to put the other 200 mils of a coconut cream tin. Again, just to give a sweetness towards the end. But it's really up to you. As long as you use 400 mils for this amount, you're going to be fine. And it's up to you to use milk or cream or half and half like I am doing. You don't need to add any fish sauce or soy sauce. There's enough going on here. Right, that's now nicely browned. And we are going to add the coconut milk. So there's not enough liquid, as you can see, so we need to add enough liquid to cover the meat. So I'm just going to put another 200 mils first. Just get all the milk and cream that's in here. And I'm going to add just another lot because you need a lot of water to bring the meat to cook. In it goes. At this point, you bring it up to a good boil, a rolling boil. So we have an even temperature to cook the meat in. And we'll cook it covered with a lid on a medium for about 40 minutes. At that point, we'll add our sweet potato and a bit of coconut cream as well, and continue cooking for about another half an hour with the lid on.
Okay, so what are we doing now here, Latasha?
We are just in the final stages of our beef massaman. I'd just like to add at this stage some flavorings. And I've got a bit of lime juice, a bit of palm sugar, crunchy peanut, and the coconut milk, coconut cream that's still left over. The massaman is quite spicy and we are reducing the sauce. So I'm just adding some of the palm sugar to give it that nice sweetness. To that I am adding a bit of lime juice to give it a nice tanginess. If you were adding the can of pineapple, you wouldn't have to add the lime. There'll be enough of a tangy, sour overtone to this. If you are pressed for time, I normally turn to Pig's Crunchy Peanut. I know it's natural and I've used it in a number of our satay and Thai massaman dishes, and I just absolutely love it. And you just need about a tablespoon. You can add more if you like a more nutty flavor. That is deliciously spicy. You could make this and keep it in the oven, at a low temperature before your guests arrive. So it's definitely a nice dish to do for entertaining. Just keep your sweet potatoes nice and chunky.
All right, so here we go. All looking fantastic.
There we are.
And what do we have here, Latasha?
We have our Thai beef massaman with sweet potato. Made this with about 1.65 kilos of gravy beef and 300 grams of sweet potato with a jar of our massaman paste. We've had some coconut milk, bit of coconut cream, some crunchy peanut butter, some palm sugar.
Come over here with me. Come over here with me. Have a look at it. Oh, check this out. I mean, this is just superb. Beautiful. If you want to try this recipe out, I hope this video has helped you in how to go about it using Latasha's products. Which one did we use again?
The Thai massaman.
The Thai Massaman. And look, it just smells divine. Can't wait to try it out. And we also want to hear how you went in doing it yourself. And maybe any other feedback you might have in making the
Thai beef massaman.
There you go.
With sweet potato.
With sweet potato. Until next time, can't wait to hear your stories. Bye for now.
Bye.